Oh, hello!
Rika.
Hello!
Hello, my friend. How are you?
I'm excellent, Tom. How are you?
I'm very good. I'm very good. I have to apologize. I'm not exactly the most tech savvy man in the world. It's taken me a couple of minutes, but can you hear me? We all good?
Of course. Super, super cool. Nice
Fantastic.
connection from stage. La- uh, Ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad to introduce you, if you already don't know, this naughty boy of Harry Potter, uh, Mr. Malfoy himself. Only naughty, I would say, probably in the movie. A great, great young gentleman. I'm honored to have him as my guest in Accor Live Limitless Mia Altogether platform today with us. I'm seeing our numbers are flying at the moment. A lot of followers.
Do you see the lovely row of?
So I'm just gonna continue to introduce, so just that we can wait a little bit for the people to join in. I can tell you, I got two daughters. Both of them are watching. I knew to a certain extent about the Harry Potter, but now I'm an encyclopedia because my daughter was teaching me everything about it in the last couple of weeks.
What do you know? Do you know what houses they're in?
Sorry?
What houses are your daughters in? Are we talking puffs or what?
Yeah. Let me try to remember. I first of all, for example, I know that Harry himself should supposed to be in your house right in the beginning, but then he takes his instincts, right? That's
Very true.
Slaughtering. Am I?
Oh yeah, no. It's Slytherin.
Slytherin.
Yes,
Slytherin.
that is
That's
the.
where you're.
That's
That's
the
where
house
you're
of choice.
from, right?
Ravenclaw. Very good. Very good. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. And then there is the Gryffindor. I remember that one.
That's the
Gryffindor.
worst house of all. That's the only one that's really no good at all.
Why? Why is it boring?
No, I'm joking. Really, obviously, my allegiance is with Slytherin through and through. Although, I spoke to Joe Rowling a couple of times about this, and she assures me that Draco might be Slytherin, but Tom is more of a Gryffindor. So I'm not quite sure how to take that, but I think she knows better than anyone, right?
Of course, of course. What an amazing journey and what an amazing story. I would imagine you had the best adventures and experiences of your life. I mean, there are so many questions for that. But ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you. He is not Malfoy. He is Tom Felton. And he's a super musician apart from an actor. So touch a lot of different scales of art. I don't know if you're painting or something in the same time, Tom.
Right now, painting with my feet. It's something that I do. I'm very talented. No, I enjoy all forms of art, but yes, music and acting are definitely two of the ones that jump out of me.
And tell us, you're in LA at the moment, right? Not in UK.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, over in California. Just been over here for a while now, actually. What's that?
Since when you're in California?
Oh, crikey, yeah. We're going back now, well over 10 years. I mean, obviously, I've been back and forth a lot. My family all live in England, and I have other family members as well in Europe. So I kind of go back and forth. But I had one taste of the California sunshine, and that was it. There was no going back after that. I mean, I'm a real.
I mean, obviously, the movie industry is there. That's one important thing I would imagine. But just for our guests who are watching, where did you shoot the Harry Potter? Is it in Hollywood or in UK?
No, every piece of all of the films, in fact, were all shot in the United Kingdom, but bar a few handful of things. But the first film, we actually use a lot of Britain's great cathedrals. And old grounds. We went to Oxford University once there and filmed a few days there with all the great corridors and so forth. But yeah, no, everything was done in the UK.
So, how old were you? 8 when you started?
I was the old one. I was the old boy of the group. I was 12. I think the first audition I ever had was probably when I was 11. and then that's scene where you see all of the youngsters walking through the Great Hall for the first time. We were probably, yeah. Well, I was 12. I think Daniel was 10. Harry and I think Emma, bless her heart, I think she was nine. Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Wow. Are you guys in touch?
No, never. Kidding. I'm glad you laugh, because some people don't. They think I'm being serious. No, of course. Yeah, we're very lucky that you know, the Harry Potter flame is still burning pretty strong. So we get the chance to see each other at reunions, or you know, if they're opening a new part of the theme park ride, or and so forth. But yeah, I think we are usually in 4 different corners of the earth at the same time.
Is that right? Are they not living in LA?
No. I think, you know, yeah, because living, I'm not sure. I know they probably have places there, but I know Rupert's mostly in London. I've seen Emma quite a lot, actually, in the last couple of years, which is lovely. I've tried to teach her how to skateboard, try to introduce her to the California lifestyle. And Rupert's a sweetheart. He just had his first baby, so congratulations.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic! Congratulations, Rupert.
Absolutely.
Listen, you just reminded me. Another guest that I'm gonna have will be the world skating champion. You should definitely watch Kota. I don't know whether you know him. He used to be the skating champion a couple of times in LA.
Oh, mate, yeah. I would. I could do with a few lessons for sure.
Well, we'll definitely hook you up.
All right. Good man.
That's the offer from Accor Limitless to you.
Deal. I'm in. Skateboard
Fantastic.
Champion. Very good.
So listen, I know you have a dog, and that's the superstar of the Instagram. Where is he? I don't know. Is he around?
Okay. Well, listen. We didn't discuss this. Okay, I'm happy to do the interview, but Willow, she's very expensive. Willow, darling, hang on.
Get him in.
I tell you what she is. I think she's outside trying to chase rabbits. Yeah, give me 10 seconds. Willow, darling.
Ziggy, if you're watching, I'm gonna definitely ask why Tom called his dog Willow.
Listen, she's in a trailer. She's refusing to come out. She says something about hair and makeup. I don't know. I think she wants fur and makeup. She's outside with my friend at the moment. But if you play your cards right, I might be able to get you an introduction.
Well, we might offer him a job in Fairmont, because we currently running a super advertising campaign, and everything is running around dogs. So dogs are our guests.
Well, again, this is great, because I'm Willow's agent, so we can talk prices afterwards.
Absolutely. I'll do that after our call. So what's the name Willow coming from? Who named her?
Willow like the tree. I'm not sure. Willow was a great film Warwick Davis was in as a kid. My first dog was called Timber, and timber means wood, really. So I kind of stuck with the theme of being outdoorsy, and and Willow stuck.
And in one of your comments, you're saying that not puppy anymore. I'm sad that he's not a puppy anymore. Are you looking to get new dogs? You like puppies?
She could do with a friend. No, I mean I do love her dearly, but now she just wants to eat everything in the house. So that's the first warning you should know before you hire her. She's got expensive taste buds. But yeah, no. Other than that, it's more the size of anything. Now I can just sort of barely pick her up, but when she's a puppy, you just hold her in her hands like this, and she just fall asleep in your hand. It's very cute.
So, how? Let me ask you, how is COVID going? Like, are you still stuck in the house, or?
A bit of both, really. I think I'm actually outside of Los Angeles right now, so there's a bit more space. So walking Willow hasn't been a problem. I know my friends and family in London. I think they've had it a lot harder, the lockdown, because everyone's a lot closer to each other, really. But but yeah, I don't want to say it's a good or a bad thing. Of course, it's a terrible time for a lot of us, but it's also brought out some fantastic parts of human life that maybe I haven't seen before. You know, a lot of celebration for all of our nurses and doctors and anyone that's putting themselves on the front line, which is, I think, a great thing. Equally, you know, it's unknown. We don't quite know what the world's going to look like when this is over. So it's yeah, interesting time. How about you? How's Dubai?
Do you really believe that people will change? Things will be different when we're out of this, or everybody will come back to their own norms?
Good question. Yes, I do. I don't think it would be possible for us to go back to where we were before. And I mean that in the best possible sense. You know, I know I'm speaking to my family a lot more because of this. Maybe I'm concentrating a little more on where I want to go. You know, for holidays, etc. But realistically, no, I think it's definitely it's a life-changing moment for the world. It will be before Corona and after Corona. Those will be the two bookmarks, I think.
You're now allowed to go out. Is the cafes, restaurants, and places are open in LA?
Not really. No. Uh-oh. Here comes the diva. Say hello.
Oh, hello. Hello.
Oh my, she's soaking.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
She's been in the pool. She's soaking. Willow, say nice. Say nice.
Hi.
She sends the love. She says, any more screen time, you've got to pay her in biscuits.
Certainly.
Sorry, I forgot we were in the middle of saying something there. Sorry, what were we?
I was asking, so the cafes and restaurants in LA, are they open?
No.
Are you still not allowed to go out?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think they've relaxed the rules slightly because this is it's a big weekend, a holiday weekend in America. But yeah, no, the shops, cafes, everything's pretty much shut down. Essentials, obviously, but I've been really impressed actually because I think it's not easy to stay off the beach. You know, in California, and people have really been really rounding up together and making the best effort.
Okay, that's amazing. And well, you were asking me how is Dubai?
Yeah.
Well, it's getting hot. We lifted up a little bit of restrictions. However, there are still some measures, like after 8 o'clock, there is a curfew. You cannot go out. Emirates didn't start to fly yet, so we're waiting for that. And I would imagine that it's going to be by the end of June when the commercial flights are starting. A slow-paced recovery, I would say. You know, we're going to go step by step, and hopefully we do not see other hikes or other pikes or whatever you want to call it.
Has it bonded the Dubaians together more? Has it changed anything between the people?
If I can tell for myself, really, the power of social media as we do today at the moment, and technology and conferences and ordering food and Zooming and Microsoft Teams, and from that perspective, it teaches us a new scale of working. You know, like we're really, and I'm unfortunately working more than I normally do, and one conference call from another, and I'm obviously dealing with crisis at this very difficult times for our industry. And yes, of course, it also gives you a lot of time to reflect. I don't know what's that for you. So how are you spending your time? Are you focusing more on music, new deals on the table? Are we coming with any new movies? What's happening?
I'm looking after this diva of a dog is what I'm doing.
well, that's like a child.
Yeah, no, and just to finish your point there, I completely agree. It's, you know, all of the I think one of the great things to come out of this terrible situation is a newfound appreciation for things like food delivery or whatever it may be. I think we've taken things for granted quite a bit. So now suddenly just to be able to go out for a cup of coffee would seem like a luxury right now.
Yeah.
But guys, yeah, I've taken it as a good chance to read. I'm doing a lot of reading. I'm preparing for a new film that hopefully we start in about 4 weeks if everything goes okay. So yes, what's that?
Already out? Is it already out? Is it announced? Do you have the press? Is it out in the?
Don't think it is. I think it's a bit of a secret one still. I think it may have been announced. It's more to do with it's been put back. We've been delayed, obviously, because of what's going on right now. So yes, I shan't reveal the title in case they change it and get it wrong. I get it wrong. But yeah, other than that, I'm trying to think now. Yeah, so there's a couple of films that I did last year now that would be that I think was supposed to be coming out next year, and now they're pushing it forward. There's a
Yeah.
Am I back?
Did you get a phone call?
That was my mom.
Hello, Mom.
She's going to call me 3 or 4 more times now. She won't realize what this is, but yeah, we'll figure it out.
That's all right.
But yeah, there's a great film called The Babysitter's Guide to Monster Hunting. It's based on a very successful chain of books again. And that I had the chance to play a very interesting character there. Again, I shan't say too much, but I'm definitely unrecognizable in it. So
are you the bad boy again?
Well, is anyone really a bad or a good one? He's not.
Oh,
he's not the hero. Put it that way.
Okay. Listen, you know, I have also a nephew who's living in Paris. Again, they were throwing questions at me, and I love that because you know there's so much into details. And Ziggy, and he was asking me and saying, you know, what was your reaction when they told you your first time what your role is going to be? Like, were you expecting that?
No, not really. I suppose the funny thing there was I'd gone for I think about 6 auditions for Harry. They dyed my hair brown.
All right.
They gave me glasses, pretty similar to these actually. Actually, apparently Chris Columbus tells me I got quite far down the ranks of whether I could play Harry. And then once that was decided, it was Daniel. I auditioned I think 3 or 4 times for Ron. They dyed my hair ginger. And I did 3 or 4 auditions as that, and then finally they dyed it blonde, and then it stuck for about 11 years. But
wow.
I was at my buddy's house. And we were playing soccer football outside, and I remember his mum saying, "Tom, come inside. Your mum's on the phone." And I know this is going to sound terrible. All I remember being was like, "Yes," because we're in the middle of a game. She's like, "Yes, you got the part." I was like, "Okay. Is that all?" Yeah, brilliant. And put the phone down. And obviously, little did we know that 20 years' time we're going to be here talking about it.
It's a life changer. I mean, I'm not sure whether even today you're aware of the fact that this is going to remain as a legendary thing when we die, and our grandsons and their kids, and I don't know what they're going to be watching you. Such an amazing legacy. It's not everybody has the chances to do that all the time, you know.
No, of course, and we're very lucky for it, and I think it's a real testament to the work, because as in not my work, but Joe's work, the wonderful author. It's funny for me now that a lot of fans, probably some of these fans here that are saying hello to me on the chat,
you are about 3,000 people constantly watching you at the moment. So, yes,
hello, my lovers. Welcome to the party.
Yes, welcome. So, another question was, again, while we're there, what's the best and the worst thing about being a Malfoy?
Good question. I like it. The best thing is he's got some pretty cool suits. I miss his black suit that he used to wear. He's not a good student, so I remember, you know, in class, Malfoy never had to do anything really, so he just sort of sit there and be a bit of a snob. The worst parts was probably dyeing my hair. every week was a lot of blonde hair.
Is that right?
It's true. Yeah, it was every 2 weeks for about 10 years. I'm amazed I've got any left, to be fair.
You know, I was gonna say, did you lose a lot of hair, Tom?
Not yet. I don't know. It's on the way. No. No, so far they took very, very good care of it.
So, and then you were talking about the good thing about Malfoy being not to study, but Tom was doing schooling on set. Were you doing that?
Oh crikey! Yeah, that's not the most particularly.
How was that?
No.
Were you really doing it?
Oh yeah, but once we used to literally spend 2 hours in Hogwarts in the Great Hall, and then cut, and then we sit in a small little shed on wheels outside, and we would go through tutoring. Yeah, it's quite an experience.
So actually, you were experiencing what the kids are experiencing today, 10 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. It was that, and it was also a case of we were young actors learning how to act, really, from some of the best teachers in the game. So definitely a bit of an ironic thing, that for sure.
Okay, and did you finish a drama school, or did you finalize a school after? Have you finished the school?
Yeah, I finished school, but not for drama. I think my drama teacher actually failed me. I think.
Oh, come on.
And no. Other than that, it was regular schooling. You do 2 hours of learning the next spell, and then you do 2 hours of having to do maths.
Oh my God! So I mean, I also don't want to put everything into the Harry Potter, but there's so much to it. So Taos, you were all in every series, right? In every one of them, and it's 8.
And it's also that was something to remind ourselves, or something that people don't really know, that we never set out to make 8 films. It was just a case of doing one. We only ever signed up for one, and then we signed up for one more, and then we just signed up for one more, and then I think the kids were all expecting Warner Brothers to replace us with some decent actors at some point, but they didn't. And we just 10 years later, we're still making the same franchise.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And listen, since you are also a musician, tell us about a little bit since when that passion is continuing. You play guitar. Do you write your own songs, or how is that?
Yeah, absolutely. Always noodling. The guitar always comes with me everywhere. Every trip I've ever been, every holiday, every time I'm traveling, the guitar's always there. Keeps your hands busy, and it never ends, really. I think I started learning guitar now. Bloody hell, it must be 12 years ago, maybe more than that. And still every day there's something new to learn. I'm more excited about it now than I was even then. So yeah, music's always been a big part of my life.
And any plans, or are you doing it like an amateur, or you're planning to do any records, or to do a concert, or have you done one?
I've been encouraged by a lot of the fans. Thank you, Felt Beats, and everyone else out there who supports the music. But it's always a fun thing for me. It's always a passion before anything else. But yeah, I have a couple of times played for people at Comic-Con conventions, and I've forced them to listen to me, really. But they've been very sweet and very receiving about it. So it's something that I'm not giving up anytime soon, for sure.
So you another question one of your fans is asking me is we believe you have three older brothers.
Great stuff.
How and how was your relationship with them, because you were constantly on movie sets while they're all probably hanging out together?
Terrible. They hated me before, and then we hate me even more afterwards. No, I'm
jealousy. Is it?
Got three older brothers, all very different. Ash, Christopher, and John. I don't know. I don't know what it's called.
Hello to all of them from here.
Brothers back in England. Hope you're well. Yeah, no, they treat me pretty terribly, you know, like brothers, like, in fact, one of my brothers, he ended up being my chaperone. So
Oh,
legally,
fantastic.
I had to have someone on set with me because I was under 18, and my brother pretended to care. Basically, he used to just turn up and fall asleep and get paid for it, so he was happy.
Is everybody in London or in UK apart from you?
Yeah, yeah, pretty much, pretty much. One of
Where
my,
are you from, UK, Tom?
I'm from Surrey, so that's about an hour
Sorry,
south,
very close to London.
pretty close to London. Yeah.
This is where my daughter is going to go to school.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Hurtwood House, if I'm not mistaken. The
Okay, yeah.
name.
Oh, this is the north side of it. Yeah. Has she been? Does she like?
Yeah, yeah. We've been there several times. She did her auditions. She's a drama student, and that's the reason she has taken it. And
Well, she's going to the right place for sure.
yeah, well, thank you. Listen, I understand you're a Beatles fan. Is that correct?
I'm more than I would say a fanatic, not really a fan, but yes, I am endlessly obsessed with the Beatles' work.
And so, who is your favorite Beatle?
Now listen, I can pick a favorite house. I can't pick a favorite Beatle. No, I think, well, my mum has always been a Paul girl. I'm a big George Harrison fan. George is my favorite, if there is such a thing.
And what's the favorite song?
Oh man, something in the way she moves. Something's a great one. While my guitar gently weeps is a classic. Again, oh, I mean, Here Comes the Sun. That would be my probably. There we go.
Amazing.
You can have a little jam session. Yeah, so that was.
Come on, then.
It's,
Can you sing the Here Comes the Sun?
don't tempt me. Don't tempt me.
Okay. So, and so we are a hospitality company, as you know, over 5,000 hotels around the world. We are the largest operator apart from North America everywhere. So is in Middle East and Africa. So if I gave you, Mr. Wizard, the broomstick, what would be your destination?
Good question. In this case, home sweet home. I think I haven't seen my mum for a while, so it'd be nice to give her a cuddle. But I would just be happy to have the broomstick. To be honest with you, bloody handy. What a way to travel. I'll probably go back home. Yeah.
It's amazing. You know, I've been interviewing amazing people like you, and pretty much everybody has the same answer. So that's very interesting. That tells you that, you know, when it's the times are difficult, you actually would like to make sure that you are getting more closer and closer to the people that are very close to you, your real family.
Yeah, of course.
And if we put that away and you're going to go for a vacation, what would be the place that you would choose?
Oh, crikey. Again, that was, yeah, I thought this one was coming up. I mean, there's so many places that I still would still love to go to. I'm a huge fan of Africa. I've only seen a couple of countries from there, so lots of places that would be good there. Mauritius, be a beautiful place to check out, I know.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
We got super nice hotels both in these places.
I'd love to go there.
Have you seen the gorillas live?
No, where are they?
They're in Rwanda, and we are the only operating organization with one of our brands called Mantis that is very much looking after conservation and communities in Africa, not ruining the life and the nature, but very much tailored to look after the communities. So we actually do not massive things, but like 12, 15 keys, little hotels in the middle of the forest, blended into the nature. And we have an area in Rwanda. We have an amazing hotel where the gorillas living around. So you're becoming friends with them. It's a one-time life experience, I have to say.
I'm in, definitely. I'd love to do that, especially if it's any place that really works in harmony with the locals and the history and the conservation is that's always a good thing.
Tom, let me ask you a question. Have you ever been involved in any foundations? Are you focused on anything specific?
Specifically, not really. I mean, it changes really with the times. But I've always been a big supporter of Great Ormond Street Children's Hospital in London. That's always been an organisation very dear to me. But yeah, I suppose it's mostly trying to help kids, really giving back to kids. I think one of the best things that we get the chance to do as Potter people.
With the Harry Potter, yeah, of course. I have just I'm going to say an offer, and it would give me also a little bit of a chance to explain to our followers in the same time that are watching you that we're talking about Africa. The same group has got a conservation fund, which is called CCFA, and we are putting together a group of super actors and actresses and well-known people together at the moment, and gearing up to raise a fund with their assistance. That is I just want to say what COVID does. This vicious cycle sometimes can be very terrible, and people doesn't know. And I would like to make sure that we're putting some awareness on the table. In South Africa, they have these huge national parks. Millions and millions of square meters where the wildlife is living. Again, because of how much we respect the wildlife and the conservation and the communities, we got this very little group of hotels that the local community, the tribes, are living in there and working in these hotels and looking after their families, as well as we're looking after the wildlife and making sure that people are not hunting and stuff. We are the only operator that is allowed in the national park. There's in 2 different places. Of course, because of the COVID-19, the doors are closed of the national park and also the hotels. We are trying to assist our workers. However, they have not too much salary in their hands at the moment, and they look after 7, 8, 9, 10 people per head. Each one of them has got a family member of 8, 9, 10 people in Africa.
Right.
So they're around 4,000, 5,000 people. What happens is when they have nothing to eat, no money to spend, they obviously, in order to feed their kids and their families, they start to hunt the wildlife, right, and the animals. So it becomes a vicious circle because, when they do that, of course, the national park loses its interest, and because we will have distinct animal. So it's a vicious circle. So we're trying to put a fund raising in order to make sure that we look after them and give them some agriculture opportunities. We would love to see you be a part of that. We will certainly do something in London, a fundraiser event. And you being British, with our other British friends and celebrities, we would definitely do a fundraiser, and would love to see you there, knowing the dog and how much an animal lover you are.
Absolutely. I'd be first of all, I think that's amazing. I think it's incredible, the effort that clearly the whole team are going to. That's a great cause. Any chance for me to get involved, I'm definitely there.
Fantastic. I see you have been awarded the best villain in MTV,
yes,
MTV Awards.
That is true. That is true.
Also, the favorite movie star in the People's Choice Under 25, the best villain by Team Choice in 2010. You must have done something right, Mr. Tom.
Yeah, it took me a few years to realize that the more people dislike me, then that's the thumbs up. Must be doing something right.
Listen, it's a very classic question. I was trying to avoid it, but I think I will not. I can't stop myself. Do you have stories like that? Like people, while you're in a supermarket or something, look at you like a bad boy?
Yeah, absolutely, definitely. I remember very early on, for sure. I remember after the first premiere in London, kids being outside the cinema booing me, essentially. Boo,
oh my God.
And I was only 10, 12, 13. It took me a while to realize that was actually a good thing.
You know what? I mean, I think there is nothing better than that. Like, can you imagine what you make people feel and the power that you have while
It's
you're playing?
it's a lot of fun, and actually, the funny thing is, I suppose, with that is that you learn to stay in character. Alan Rickman, the gentleman who plays Snape, he used to stay in character pretty much.
He did.
Yeah, well, he was always a lovely man, but when kids used to come in and to see how the films were being done, he would always say, "Tuck your shirt in, boy." Back of their head for it, and I learned that very quickly from him, because they don't want to meet, "Hi, friendly Tom." They're like, "No, no, 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 no. Where's the blonde evil kid, the one that we know from the film?" That's the one that they usually want. So I use that to my advantage sometimes.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Do you know? Is there any plans with Harry Potter? What's next, or is it finished?
Never finished, that's for sure. If there's one thing I've learned, it's not going anywhere. It's anytime soon. I have no idea about what specifically. I think I know that at the moment, we're doing a fun little challenge where some of the cast and other people that are related with the project are reading. We're doing a chapter each. I think Daniel did the first one. So we're gonna be doing that, which will be fun. And I can't, I think this is gonna keep growing. And I think one of the best things, back to your earlier point there, about where does it go, is that it's inspired so many, well, not just kids, but it's inspired so many kids to pick up a pen and write a story, or draw some rather interesting caricatures of the characters, etc. It's certainly inspired.
I would imagine there would be some computer games. Not that I'm into it, computer games, but I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
That's the big thing at the moment in the world, isn't it? So are they
Yeah.
doing stuff like that?
Probably. I wouldn't know, but yeah, I'm pretty sure they do. Yeah. I think anything that keeps the fans' flame alive, they will continue to do so. Obviously, there's the stage play, The Cursed Child, which I've seen a couple of times now. That's another fantastic part of the of the magic come to life, for lack of a better pun.
What's the type of vacations you take, Tom? Like, do you go with your family, girlfriends, boyfriends, or you like to go alone and discover something? Do you like to go to places that you have seen before and recognized, or like to discover? What is it?
Yeah, all of the above. First of all, I'm a complete travel. I'm travel obsessed. Any excuse to go check out somewhere new is always good. But I think, going back to your point there about the local conservation groups, I love getting a chance to meet the locals, really, and actually have traditional experiences, and not be too confined. I mean, realistically, this is the one that gets to decide where we're traveling, I think.
Oh wow! So you take them always together? Do you fly together?
Yeah, always. Yeah, she's my heart and soul, that one. So yeah, she comes with me wherever I go, and she's just about calmed down enough now so she can actually come onto film sets with me, and she'll relax.
Wow, that's amazing! What a love story.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a love story. But yeah, traveling wise, anywhere that takes her, really.
So is it discovering? Let me maybe narrow it down so we can find out a little bit more. So is it jumping into a crowded city like Bombay, Mexico, Istanbul, and discovering the back streets, or is it a white sand beach?
Wow. Do I have to choose?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. You are the boss there. As much as I love the beach. I love the idea of being in the middle of nowhere. Like South Africa is such a beautiful country. You can drive for hours on your own and not see another soul. But I'd probably have to pick the maybe not the crowded streets, but certainly the back streets, the back roads. Rather than go to the restaurant that everyone's been told to go to, I'd rather find a local and say, what's the one that I'm not supposed to?
Tell us. Okay, if that's the case, you owe us one restaurant that you discovered that is really good? We would love to hear the experience.
The hot tip. I'm trying to think now. They put me on the spot. There's a place, I don't know why this comes into my head, but it's called Big Mama's Fish House. And
Where is that?
that's in Maui, in Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know why, but I suppose it's the combination of what we've both said. It's a place where lots of tourists go, lots of people that are visiting because the food's that good, but also a lot of the locals. If the locals are eating, there's always a good sign, isn't it? So yeah, you get to meet the locals there.
What's the fish? What's the dishes like? You know, is there any particular thing you can remember?
Oh yeah, they're fantastic. Yeah, for sure. I don't know. Again, I'm not sure why, but something that mahi comes into brain. I think I had some of the best fish of my life there. I mean, that's a very small. I am also, here I am trying to sound cultured. I also am very guilty of the midnight room service. I am known to order ice cream at silly hours in hotels. So.
Listen, one of my best friends, and also my boss, is an ice cream. He's a Brit as well,
right.
Mark. I just would like to say hi to him from here. He's trying his best not to do it, but you know, he's an ice cream lover like you. It must be the British thing. Also, my daughter at night while we're watching a Harry Potter, she sneaks out to the fridge for an ice cream.
Well, I like her already. She's got great taste.
What about Europe? What's your favorite country there, or city, let's say?
Wow, that's so difficult. There's so many beautiful. I always think Italy has more than a handful of the most beautiful cities I've ever been to, for sure. Well, darling, it's okay.
She's crying.
She's a bit confused because we're actually packing up. We're going somewhere different today. So she's like, where's my bed and where's my bowl? And so she's getting a little wine. It's okay, darling. It's okay. Good girl. Sorry, where were we? I'm now thinking about her.
I was saying, like you were talking about Italy. What is it? Rome?
Sure. Yeah, Florence. You know what? It's more those back streets. You know, if you walk in half an hour in any different direction from an Italian city or an Italian town, you really meet some interesting characters for sure. Places that aren't restaurants, but somehow they lure you in, and before you know it, you're sitting in some woman's kitchen as she makes pasta for you. These are really.
Do they recognize you, Tom?
No, not like that. No, if they recognize me, they say, "Stay out, leave mouth for you." But yeah, it's just that kind of experience is always a fun one.
All right. So when are we gonna see you in Dubai? Have you been in Dubai, by the way?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I love it there. It's an incredible place. I was there maybe, crikey, probably about 15 years ago, and it seems that it's changed every month. There's a new building or a new project of some sort. Yeah, has grown a lot.
Always, Tom. Always. It's a non-stop change, non-stop evolvement. Yes, a great example to the world for offering new things and new offerings. Yeah, and we're hoping things are back, and we host you down in Dubai as soon as possible. Listen, are
you happy to cook me? You happy to cook if I come down?
I couldn't hear you.
So are you happy to cook for me when I come down to Dubai? Master Chef.
Listen, we have the best executive chefs, and it would be a disaster for me to cook on behalf of them. They would be so upset. I promise you to take to the best places in Dubai. For the ones who knows me that are watching, they will tell you that yes, he will. So we'll certainly do that. That's for sure. I'm looking forward to spend time and able to have a glass of wine and spend time as real human that we can touch and feel each other, not only on the telephones like this. And we're hoping that this crisis is going to soon end as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you would like to share with our fans and your fans before we close the call?
Wow. I mean, I'm always come back to just being incredibly grateful. You'll never underestimate the power of Harry Potter fans, or even just fans of anything in general. They've been so supportive of me growing up in the films, and most of them know that I'm not as bad as Malfoy is. But yeah, I suppose it's just it's a big thank you, and it's a big reminder that this is not going anywhere anytime soon. And the more inspiration and the more fired up fans are about projects, whether it's music or traveling or hotels, films, it's a great thing to have. So thanks.
Yeah, thank you. Listen, you know, we knew Tom is one of the most wonderful human beings in the world, and I hope the ones that are watching at the moment could also understand from his amazing smile that gives away all his beautiful heart. We're looking forward to see your new movies and new projects, whether you're playing the bad or good, and we will certainly keep friends as Accor, as well as me, and I wish everybody a safe time, and please make sure that you keep safe at home and with your families. Wishing everybody good night. Keep tuned to us, and Tom, thank you very much. We really appreciate your spacious time and giving it to us.
Thank you. It's been a fun chat, and thanks to all the fans that have been listening, and thank everyone from your team as well. I'm sure this was
say hi to Willow. Say hi to Willow. I'll be in touch for the Fairmont campaigns.
I'll talk to her, but I said she's very expensive. Very expensive.
That's fine. She's worth it.
She is worth it. That's for sure.
Take care, Tom. Take care.
All the best.
See you, everybody.
See you around, guys.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.